So let's go ahead and jump right in to Los Angeles County real estate market. So first things first, I projected that median sales price and total close volume would go down. And it did drop significantly from October to November. So in October 2020, we're looking at a median sales price of 741,000. It dropped to 721,000, so about $20,000 price drop in median sales price. So I was like, okay, here comes the seasonality of real estate. Typically, homes are a little bit more affordable in the winter because there's less buyers because the holidays are around. Less people are looking at homes, right? They typically push things off into the spring. So I was like, okay, well, homes are probably gonna drop. Oh boy, was I wrong. Homes went up again from 721,000 to $730,000 in December 2020. That's a 12.3% increase since December 2019. So December 2019, we were looking at $650,000 median sales price. So it's about $80,000 more. That's a tremendous amount of equity that a lot of you homeowners in Los Angeles County are earning right now. Now, when we look at closed volume for Los Angeles County, it went up tremendously again. And again, the reason why I projected for it to go low was because in October it was about $13.4 billion in total volume, and that dropped to 11.7 billion in closed volume. So I was projecting that the trend would go downwards because in December of 2019, we were looking at a closed volume number of 9.9 billion. So if we're looking at 9.9 billion, I was projecting maybe a small increase to 10 to 11 billion. December 2020, we're looking at closed transaction volume of $13.3 billion. This is the second highest ever recorded closed transaction volume for Los Angeles County. The highest came in October when it was 13.46 billion. So we almost set a new record for closed transaction volume in the middle of the winter, right? When people are supposed to be shopping for shopping for presents and getting ready for the holidays. So I was a little bit shocked to see such a significant amount of closed volume for Los Angeles County. And this is up 34.2% since December of 2019. That is ridiculous amount of activity that's happening in the Los Angeles County market. So when we look at active listings went down. So in November of 2020, last month, we were looking at about 13,233 active listings. Right now in December 2020, we're looking at about 10,791 active listings. So if you've been following our content, you know that earlier this year, around June, July, we were over 22% less listings year over year than the year prior, right? And we were closing that gap. In November, we're about 12%. So I thought we were trending in the right direction. We're getting more homes on the market. We're stabilizing our inventory. Hopefully that starts to stabilize the price a little bit. But we went down in active listings tremendously. We're now looking at 16.8% less year over year listings, right? So last December, we were looking at about 12,974. This year, 10,791. And if you know anything about supply and demand, the more demand that there is and the less supply that there is, the higher prices are because more people are willing to bid more for that same home, right? Another thing that's very important to look at is months supply. So inventory month supply, if you don't know what that means if there were no more homes listed in Los Angeles County, how long would it take for the homes that are actively on the market to be all sold? In a balanced market, we're looking at about 6 months. Right now, in December 2020, we are looking at 2.2 months. Homes are flying off. They're selling tremendously fast. So in November 2020, we were at 2.6 months. This is the lowest inventory month supply that we have ever had in Los Angeles County in at least the 5 years that I'm looking at right now. In May of 2020, so about 6, 7 months ago, we were looking at about 3.3. That was the peak that we had this year. So we were always in a seller's market. But now we're in a dire buyer's market, in a tremendously good time to sell market. So when we look at median days on market, right now it stands at 12 days on market. So from the day that a home is listed to the day that it goes into escrow, it takes about 12 days. That's really quick. If you look at the history of Los Angeles County, about 5 years ago, in 2015 to 2016, the fastest month that on record for median days on market was about 40. Homes are selling really quick right now. And the reason being is just because of the tremendously low interest rates, right? And I'm going to dive into the interest rates later in the episode, but I just really wanted to emphasize that right now, if you're have a property and you're looking to sell, it might make sense to sell right now in the winter because this is the lowest inventory month supply that we've ever had, right? And right now we have the lowest interest rates that we've had in a very, very long time. So what does that equate to? That equates to more buyers hitting the market, more buyers bidding on homes. There being less homes, so they're bidding on the same home, and it's driving up the price of that home. So right now we're seeing record sales prices.